All right, hey, and what's up, everybody? It's Motivation Monday here on Fiverr Talks. Today we're talking about gig extras, how to use them, how to make sure that they help and not hurt your revenue, and what you should be offering in your gig extra section. All that and more in today's video, so stay tuned. That's right, as always, I'm here to bring you a little motivation in your Monday. My name is Joel Young. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fiverr Talks, the only channel that's all Fiverr all the time. I've been selling on the platform since 2013, and I'm here to share my best tips, tricks, and tactics with you so that you can become a top-rated seller or achieve whatever goals you have on the platform. We've covered a lot of ground over the last 6 to 8 months, and we just keep going deeper. Today, we're talking about gig extras. And I think we should start this conversation by saying there are several different strategies by which you can increase your income on Fiverr. The first strategy is to change nothing about what you are doing and just increase your customers, the number of customers. So do what you're doing right now, but increase the volume of customers, multiply it, and therefore your sales will go up. The problem with this is that there's a ceiling on it. You can only handle so much work. You can only work for so many customers at one time. There's a cap on your income. And so the second way to earn more money than you're earning right now on Fiverr is to get each customer you interact and work with to spend more money. That's what we call in the industry customer spend or interaction spend, getting each interaction to earn you more money. And the only ways to do that are to increase your rates or to offer add-ons that your customers can quickly add on to their current service that don't take you a lot of time but end up adding on to the revenue and therefore raising the amount that each customer, hopefully on average, will spend with you. And that's the idea behind gig extras. If you're new to the platform and you don't know what gig extras are, they used to be a much more integral part of the platform, but today are, I think, kind of side notes or things that show up in the checkout section. They'll show up on the sidebar underneath your packages, but they're basically just options or extras, as why they're named that you can offer to your customers, adding on to the base service that you offer that are little upgrades, little things that they can purchase. You know, I always use myself as an example. When I started out, I was a voice actor. My gig extras were things like you can add music to your voiceover. So I add music for a little gig extra. Now there's a commercial rights. If you're using it in a commercial setting or a broadcast setting, there's broadcast rights. If you want me to sync it to a video, sync the timing. If you want me to proofread your script, little things that some customers might need, some customers don't need. And if they do, they can add these extras. It adds a little bit more cost on the project and gives them an upper level of service. But the question is, how much does the back and forth or the nickel and dime nature of a gig extra help or hurt your gig? You see, while it's good for raising revenue, it can actually hurt your gig and hurt your interaction with customers if it becomes daunting or taxing, or like we talked about last week, if it just adds too many steps or complications to the process for them, it can actually hurt your gig. That's something you have to watch out for and something you definitely don't want to do because complication puts buyers off. We're going to talk about this a lot of times on the channel. In the e-commerce world, friction or complication keeps people from following through with a good review, coming back to buy again, or sometimes keeps them from completing the project that they're on. The last thing you want customers to do is feel nickeled and dimed, like they come for a service and then find out they don't really get a decent service unless they purchase 3 upgrades to get to that package, and it's not intuitive and it's frustrating for them. In the early days of me trying gig extras, that was the case. In the early days period, when everything was only a $5 gig, we had to earn our extra money through gig extras. So there was a lot of that feel of nickel and dime. But the way the platform's set up today, you don't need to do that. And I would encourage you to use gig extras wisely so that you're not the person that is going back to someone and saying, oh, okay, I can definitely do that for you, but for what you want, you're going to need this extra, this extra, this extra, this extra, and all these different extras just to get there. You have to figure out what's good for you to include and thus adjust your base rate for it and what's good as an upgrade. So I've got some tips for you today on how to handle gig extras, what should be an extra, what should not be an extra, and how to format them in a way that's digestible to the customer, lowers friction, and allows you the possibility to make more money per customer, which is ultimately what you want to do in an e-commerce setting. So the first thing that I would say to you is make sure that you're not charging for things that you should be including. Don't charge for things that you should be including. I see people do this all the time. Again, I'll use my voiceover gig as an example. People will offer a service, their rate looks good, and then you find out that what's included in that rate is a low quality MP3 audio. They're going to charge you extra for the high quality wave file of that audio. People do that with video. What's included is 720p. Nobody wants standard definition 720p stuff. They don't include HD, 1080p, or whatever it may be. Make sure that you're not offering something as an extra that's an industry standard, whatever it is in your line of work, whether that be that like, oh, you're a graphic artist and I'll design your logo and what's included is a thumbnail size. If you want the full resolution, you got to purchase an extra. That is when you're walking the line of really, really annoying, agitating, and making your customers mad. That's a really bad tactic. Include a great standard of base level services, things that should be included. Include high quality files. If you're not putting out a high quality output, why would anybody buy from you to begin with? Don't make things extras that should be included in your standard package. And it's not hard if you're in an industry to look around the industry and say, what's standard? If you're in video, HD video is standard. If you're in audio, high quality wave file is standard. If you're in graphic design, high quality, high resolution files are standard. Now, maybe you want to make a gig extra, a source file. That's reasonable, that if someone wants a source file so they have the layers and all that stuff, that could be an extra. Or maybe if you want to add something to the service, make sure your gig extras are add-ons and not things that should be included in the standard process, because then that just makes you look bad, like you're hiding fees, kind of like when you go to buy a car and they say, oh, there's a dealership fee. What's that? Well, that's just extra money for us. It's stupid, and it makes people not want to buy from you. So don't charge extra for things you should include. Don't weaponize gig extras. The next thing that you need to do is make sure that your gig extras are a great value, meaning that it's easy to add them on, but the price is right. It's not like, oh, someone's buying a $50 service from you, and if you want the source file, it'll be $75 more. Like, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Make them a great value. I'm not saying underprice them grossly. I'm saying make it a great value. Make it an easy proportional upgrade. If your average sale is $25, you don't need a $50 gig extra. That's double the price of your base. Maybe you have a $5 gig extra for something that's an add-on. Maybe a $10 if it's a real premium gig extra. It needs to be proportional. I don't have a suggestion for percentage, but I would say if your gig extra equals more than your base purchase, is equal to more than your base purchase, or even 75% of your base purchase, it's probably too high. It's probably too much. You need to make everything proportional, make everything a great value so that it encourages people to purchase those gig extras. And it's something that is easy to add and makes sense. Like, oh yeah, for 10%, 20% more, I'll add that. Yeah, makes sense. You should also limit the number of gig extras that you offer. My suggestion would be no more than 5, but probably a good number is somewhere around 3 gig extras, meaning that you have just a couple things that you can add on to it. If you have more than 5 gig extras, or probably, I think maybe 5's at the tippy top, I would maybe do 3 or 4. If you have more than that, then like I said, you're probably nickel and diming people, hiding charges for things you should be including, and so on and so forth. Having a couple solid 2-3 solid upgrade options for people is a great strategy because, like I said, it's a little more hidden on today's platform than it used to be, and it's not as common for me to sell gig extras. But then again, I also have one service that's gig extra oriented, and my more popular service is an all-inclusive package oriented pricing, which we're going to talk about next week in an upcoming video, so come back for that. But make sure you don't have too many gig extras. It becomes confusing, and people are starting to wonder, why aren't you including these things to begin with? And it's a whole rigmarole, because what you really want to do at the end of the day is surprise and delight your customers with the extras that you offer. You want them to look at this and say, oh, I didn't realize I could get all of that in one place. That's awesome. One good example is we offer animation videos. I offer animation videos on Fiverr, and one of the coolest gig extras that we've been able to offer over the last year or so is subtitles. This is getting to be a really big thing for social media, and so we get to the end of a project and we offer subtitles, and people say, gosh, that's a great idea. We do need subtitles because we're going to post this on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or wherever, and I didn't know you did that. That's another great idea for your gig extras is don't necessarily push them up front. Try talking to your customers about them at the end of the project after you've delivered something great. Maybe come up with something for your delivery message saying, here's your delivery, and if you like this, did you know we could also do this for an extra $10 or this for an extra $20? Or have you checked out our gig extras that you could add to this? Consider those to enhance your finished product. It's a great place to talk to them about purchasing more from you after you've just sent them a great quality product. Sometimes it's good to get their feedback on it, make sure they do like it, but somewhere towards the end of the project is a great time for you to bring up that you're offering extras that will not only just add money to your pocket, but they'll add value to your customers in the long run, because that's what's really going to excite them, is when you say, hey, I can take what we just did for you and add more value to it, make it even better. So check this out and consider it, because a lot of customers appreciate it when presented that way. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video today. Hope you enjoyed my tips for gig extras, and if you start using those, maybe you'll increase your customer spend on your gigs. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you watched all the way to the end of the video, then you got some content that was valuable to you. Subscribe to this video below, hit the bell icon, and select how often you want to be notified. We put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. It really helps. And if you're ready to go deeper, join our community of insiders over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/DJYoung. We've got a growing list of community members over there. We're doing our monthly Q&A session this Friday, so you can join today and jump in and watch that Q&A session, and even submit your questions for future Q&A sessions. We do that every single month, but we have an exclusive video every single Friday. Woo! There's just so many things going on over on Patreon. It's the way you can enhance your ability or your opportunity to become a top-rated seller. So make sure you join us if you're interested. And as always, come back for more videos. And in between, keep doing, because the future favors the doers.